Welcome to the top 10 weirdest laws in the USA you won't believe exist. Get ready to be amazed by some of the most bizarre and quirky laws still on the books in America. Let's dive in. Okay, first up, we're heading down south to Alabama, where the sweet tea is sweeter and the laws are, well, let's just say interesting. Did you know that in Alabama, it's illegal to drive blindfolded? I mean, duh! Who in their right mind would even attempt that? It's like saying, hey, I think I'll go for a leisurely stroll on the highway. Blindfolded, it just boggles the mind. Imagine getting pulled over for that one. Officer, I swear, I was just trying to find my way to the grocery store. I ran out of milk for my Oreos. I can just picture the look on the officer's face. It's like, ma'am, I'm gonna have to confiscate your driver's license and your Oreos. It's just common sense, people. But hey, maybe there's a secret society of blindfolded drivers in Alabama that we don't know about. Maybe it's like a trust exercise gone wrong. Or maybe, just maybe someone somewhere actually tried to drive blindfolded and ruined it for everyone. Whatever the reason, Alabama, you do you. Just maybe invest in some GPS systems? Next up, we're cruising over to Alabama, where the roads are open and so are the strange laws. Apparently, in Alabama, it's illegal to drive while blindfolded. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's not exactly something I'd consider doing. Honey, did you check the map? Yep, we're on the right track. And no blindfolds in sight. I have so many questions. First of all, who thought driving blindfolded was a good idea? Do they have special blindfolds for drivers in Alabama? And more importantly, why is this even a law? Did some daredevil think it would be fun to drive without seeing? Did a group of friends get bored and decide to test their driving skills blindfolded? The world may never know. But one thing's for sure, if you're ever in Alabama and feel the urge to drive, keep your eyes open and on the road. Unless, of course, you're secretly trying to break this bizarre law. In that case, proceed with caution, my friend. Proceed with caution. All right, folks, hold on to your hats, or your pickles as the case may be, because we're about to enter the strange and wonderful world of Connecticut law. Get this. In Connecticut, a pickle must bounce to be considered a pickle. Yes, you heard that right. A bouncing pickle. Apparently, back in the 1800s, there was a whole pickle debacle. Two guys were selling pickles, but one of them was passing off cucumbers as the real deal. Can you believe the audacity? So, to settle the dispute, they came up with a test: a real pickle, when dropped, should bounce. And thus, a law was born. I just have one question. How high does this pickle have to bounce? Is it a gentle bounce, a full-on trampoline situation? And what happens if you have a particularly stubborn pickle that refuses to bounce? Does it get sent to pickle jail? These are the important questions, people. Chapter 4. Georgia Finger-Lickin' Good, literally. Hold on to your chicken legs, folks, because we're about to dive into the delicious yet slightly perplexing world of Georgian law. You know how much I love a good fried chicken feast, right? Well, in Georgia, they take their fried chicken very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that it's illegal to eat it with a fork. Yes, you heard me right, no forks allowed. Only good old-fashioned finger-licking goodness will do. I mean, I get it. When it comes to fried chicken, sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty. It's all about that crispy, juicy, flavorful experience. But a law? I can just imagine someone trying to argue their case in court. Your Honor, I present to you Exhibit A, a perfectly good fork, and Exhibit B, this delicious piece of fried chicken. I rest my case. But alas, the law is the law. So next time you're in Georgia, grab a bucket of chicken and get ready to get messy. Just make sure you have plenty of napkins handy. Chapter 5, Indiana, no ninja fishing allowed. All right, let's head on over to Indiana, where the cornfields are vast and the fishing laws are interesting, to say the least. Apparently in Indiana, it's illegal to catch a fish with your bare hands. That's right, no ninja fishing skills allowed in this state. I guess they've never heard of the ancient art of noodling? You know, where you stick your hand in a catfish hole and hope for the best? Talk about a test of bravery, and maybe a little bit of craziness. But hey, I guess Indiana's all about fair play. Rods and reels only, folks. No need to channel your inner Aquaman here. But seriously, imagine getting caught red-handed, literally, trying to catch a fish with your bare hands. But officer, I was just trying to give it a hug. I don't think that excuse would fly. So if you're ever feeling adventurous in Indiana, maybe stick to fishing the traditional way. Unless, of course, you're secretly a ninja in disguise. In that case, carry on. Chapter 6. Iowa brick throwing is a no-no, duh. Next up, we're heading to Iowa, where the corn is as high as an elephant's eye and the laws are, well, some of them are pretty self-explanatory. Case in point, in Iowa, it's illegal to throw a brick onto a highway. I mean, duh! Who even needs to write that down? It's like saying, hey, remember that time you thought about throwing a brick at a moving car? Yeah, don't do that. It's just common sense, people. But hey, maybe there's a fascinating backstory to this law. Maybe back in the day, Iowa had a serious brick-throwing problem. Maybe it was a rite of passage. You're not a real Iowan until you've chucked a brick across the highway. Okay, probably not. But a girl can dream, can't she? In all seriousness, let's just be grateful that Iowa lawmakers decided to spell this one out for us. Because, you know, sometimes we need a little reminder that throwing bricks at cars is generally frowned upon. Chapter 7. Hold on to your monocles because we're about to enter the sophisticated yet slightly confusing world of Kansas law. Apparently, in Kansas, it's illegal to serve wine in teacups. Yes, you heard that right. No sipping your Pinot Noir from your finest china in this state. I mean, I guess I understand the sentiment. You don't want people getting their beverages confused, right? Excuse me, waiter, there seems to be a chamomile tea in my Merlot. But a law? It seems a bit excessive, don't you think? I can just imagine the uproar at the next Kansas Tea Party. But Mildred, what are we supposed to drink our Cabernet Sauvignon out of? Dixie cups? The horror, the humanity. So if you're ever in Kansas and feeling fancy, maybe just stick to wine glasses or, you know, juice boxes. No judgment here. All right, folks, let's take a quick trip to Kentucky where the bluegrass is blue and the hygiene laws are, well, let's just say they're pretty straightforward. Apparently in Kentucky, every citizen is required to take a bath once a year. Yes, you heard that right, once a year. Now, I'm all for cleanliness, but once a year seems a little lenient, don't you think? I mean, I get it if you're living off the grid, surviving on berries and rainwater. But for the rest of us, come on, Kentucky, step up your hygiene game. I can just imagine the excuses people would use. Well, I went swimming in the lake last July, does that count? Or I got caught in the rain, so technically I had a bath. Nope, not buying it. So if you're ever in Kentucky and you haven't bathed in a while, maybe just give the people what they want. Take a shower, for goodness sake. Next stop, Louisiana, where the food is spicy and the laws are, well, let's just say they're a little bit cheesy. Apparently, in Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza. Yes, you heard that right. No surprising your friends with a piping hot pepperoni pizza in this state. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants a pizza showing up at their doorstep when they're on a diet. But a law? It seems a bit extreme, don't you think? I can just imagine the pizza delivery person's dilemma. Sir, I have to ask, is this pizza a surprise? Well, yeah, it's for my friend's birthday. I'm sorry, sir, I can't deliver this. It's against the law. The disappointment, the heartbreak. So, if you're ever in Louisiana and feeling generous, maybe just give your friends a heads up before sending over a pizza. Or, you know, just order one for yourself. No judgment here. Last but not least, let's journey to Maine, where the lobster is fresh and the Christmas spirit, well, it has an expiration date. Apparently in Maine, you can't keep your Christmas decorations up after January 14th. That's right, folks. Time to pack up those twinkling lights and reindeer figurines. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to see Santa Claus hanging out in their neighbor's yard in the middle of July. But a law? It seems a bit grinchy, don't you think? I can just imagine the Christmas decoration police patrolling the streets, measuring tape in hand. Excuse me, sir. Your inflatable snowman appears to be violating Local Ordinance 34.2b, subsection C. You have 24 hours to comply. The horror, the injustice. So, if you're ever in Maine and feeling festive in February, maybe just stick to admiring the snowdrifts. Or, you know, move to a state with a more lenient Christmas decoration policy. No judgment here. And there you have it, folks. The weirdest laws in the United States. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more crazy content. See you next time.